A lot of students today are curious about event management, but they don't really understand what this industry can actually offer. So today we are going to understand the real perks, what are the real opportunities, and how to build a career in it from someone who's been in it for years. We are going to have a one-on-one conversation with Mr. Satyakam Mohanty, Marketing Director, 7th Avenue Events. People want to be engineers and doctors, but why they gonna choose event management over it? Do this industry gives us good money? Is it a good career?
पहले जब हम अपने करियर स्टार्ट कर रहे थे then we had no other options than choosing engineering, medical, or let's say defense as a background. But nowadays they have a lot of options. When we say event, हमारे दिमाग में शादी, हमारे दिमाग में tent. So now event has been one of the most recognized industry.
Event is currently one of the fastest growing industry.
Right. I was traveling in a cab. So suddenly, due to internet connectivity, he was unable to book and he was panicked. मैंने उसका चेहरा देखा. It's AR, VR, artificial intelligence being used in event management.
This is the time of Gen Z. The job they want to do is also they want it to be crazy. I think event management is one of it.
Obviously, we should respect the emotion Gen Z's carries.
In GIEM, we have integrated AI in our course.
So now the demand is you have to carry AI along with you. आप अगर भुवनेश्वर को ही देखेंगे तो it has more than 500 event management companies. So there are thousands of opportunities which is there already in the market.
How GIM students stand out?
They are definitely going to stand out separately and very uniquely. You are a part of a protocol event where your honorable Prime Minister is walking in front of you. This would be definitely the best career option.
So welcome to the show and thank you for giving us time from your busy schedule. Sir, the whole agenda and the whole objective of this conversation will be like there are many students out here who are actually want to get into event industry, but they're kind of confused. Like, do this industry gives us good money? Does it have a like? Is it a good career to be in? Like there are many pedigree careers out here. Like people want to be engineers and doctors, but why they want to choose event management over it? So that is the whole agenda of this conversation, and I think through this conversation they will get a real and honest perspective from a person who has been here for 15 years, and that is the whole thing. So let us start with a very simple and interesting question. So what is that one thing people get wrong about event management?
Very obvious. As you said, let me start with saying that the normal nomenclature what we use for career is where we are comfortable, right? So people, kids nowadays, they are very, very good at what they do. So generally they have a lot of options. Like पहले जब हम अपने career start कर रहे थे, then we had no other options than choosing option from engineering, medical, or let's say you choose defense as a background. So these are certain options which were available at that point of time. And,
Exactly.
But nowadays kids are very, very good. They have a lot of options. They have a lot of career options which is available and they can choose from. Now coming to your question, which is that what is the one thing which is very much relevant when it comes to event management. So event management, when I say it itself, the word itself defines two things, which is one is event management and one is, event and one is management. So anything which occurs is the normal definition of an event, right? Anything, a baby gets born or you have a thread ceremony or let's say you have a marriage in house, everything which is getting celebrated by a group of people, we call it as an event, right?
Right.
Now the second term when we come, it's management. Like any event or any group, any gathering or any particular celebration, you need to make it managed. So the people who are coming, who are attending and who are basically a part of that event should carry a good experience. They should love that event, being in that event, they should enjoy. उनको लगना चाहिए कि ये event इतना अच्छा हुआ है, हम इतने engage हुए इस event में. And that's how I carry back that memories with me and talk about it later to a lot of people. So one myth which we have, obviously, because previously this industry was not recognized.
Right.
So when we say event, हमारे दिमाग में शादी, हमारे दिमाग में टेंट, हमारे दिमाग में एक छोटा बर्थडे पार्टी. But it's not only limited to these. Event is now a big industry.
Okay.
So it's an industry where you can say a lot of career options are there. A event manager is not only restricting himself or herself to only tent, light, sound. There are a lot of tech, celebrity management. There are government events. There are corporate events. There are MICE, meeting incentive trips. There are off-sites. There are on-sites. That's a huge industry.
Yes.
So the myth being from a tent house to a global event manager is something which actually has evolved with time, and we wanted to give you a clarity. This is something which have changed with time or a period from last 10 years. The whole thing has been shifted. So now event has been one of the most recognized industry. लोग इसको जानते हैं, स्टूडेंट इसमें करियर बनाना चाहते हैं. There are a lot of parents who were not actually aware about event management, but with time now they have understood that event also is a good career because it gives you an open exposure to a lot of industry at the same time. So when I say, let's say I am an IT manager of an IT company.
Yes, sir.
So I am only getting exposed to IT environment, right?
Right.
I'm only talking to my manager. I'm talking to someone who is actually buying that product from me.
Someone into technologies and all, like
yes,
in your surrounding, like in a IT surrounding,
In IT
they
surrounding.
don't go out and like they don't have that exposure.
Exposure.
उनको वो exposure नहीं मिलता कि मतलब
हाँ.
एक बंदा एक अलग surrounding से है.
Correct.
Like if मैं event management में हूँ, then I am not only mixing up with event people,
Correct.
but उसके सिवा मैं बाहर hoteliers से भी मिल रहा हूँ.
Correct.
Then I'm going out and meeting like tourism people.
Tourism.
Right?
You're meeting different stakeholders from different
Exactly.
industries.
Like IT people also, they have events. We also being their partner in events.
Correct.
So we are also mixing up with the IT people also.
Correct.
So, and I think government is also currently recognizing this thing.
Yes.
And event is currently one of the fastest growing industry
Right.
in all over world, I guess.
You're very true. So let me give you a quick example. Let's say मैंने किसी IT I was actually moving to Bangalore en route. I was traveling in a cab. So suddenly that person who is actually along with me.
Yes.
So there is a pool taxi in Bangalore. So you can 2-3 people can pool together in one cab.
Okay.
ठीक है? So I was using one of gentleman who is sitting next to me was using his phone to book another cab, which is actually from the distance, from the drop location where we all are getting dropped. From
Yes.
there, he wants to go ahead with another location.
Right.
So he was trying to book it off, but due to internet connectivity, he was unable to book and he was panicked. मैंने उसका चेहरा देखा, he was little. So I told him, boss, what happened? Why you are worried about it? So he said कि sir, मेरा cab book नहीं हो रहा. I wanted to. We are almost about to reach our destination. From that, I have to book another cab. मेरे को कहीं और जाना है. तो मैंने बोला ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, आप उतर जाना वहाँ पे. आप उतर के वहाँ पे किसी से ऑटो या गाड़ी या किसी से हेल्प ले लेना, और आप एक नॉर्मल लिफ्ट लेके भी आप अपने नेक्स्ट डेस्टिनेशन जा सकते हो.
Right.
So the problem is कि when we are very much surrounded with one industry, we are not exposed to other industry. So
Exactly.
he was not having, he was not actually able to think the other perspective of getting to his next location.
Right.
Except the mobile and technology. So that actually restricts a lot of people to actually go beyond their normal comfortable room.
Exactly. That thing gives me a chill, like how people are too much engaged into digital thing right now. They have forgotten what there are other traditional methods to go
Correct.
with, right?
Correct.
But I think in particularly in event matter, like currently digital space is creating so much opportunities, right?
Right.
Like what is the like integration of digital into events, sir?
Yeah, definitely. Now we have to change basis the requirement of that era. Now we are into a technology world, you would say. So in technology, obviously, if you don't adapt technology, obviously you will be outdated. Now, when it comes to event, obviously there are a lot of digital integration which has already happened. We are already using it. There are a lot of things which are still in testing mode. So things like QR based registration when we come to an event. It's a
right.
normal digital integration, but it gives us a data
Yeah.
of who has actually come to our event, who all are attendees, what are their profiles, where they have come from, what are their backgrounds. So it helps us actually profiling the type of crowd we are interacting with, and basis those inputs, company is actually building their values, their products, everything. So it depends on, so small tech is going to change the world in a very systematic way.
Right, right.
So likewise, there are so many other things: AR, VR, artificial intelligence being used in event management. So we are getting upgraded.
The whole point is like event management, like event industry पूरा टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ एक साथ ही
Yeah, we
मतलब
are
ग्रो कर
end
रहा
to
है,
end.
like
Yes,
end to end,
yes,
right? Proper integration is going on,
yes.
right? Sir, this is the time of Gen Z, right?
Right.
ये जनरेशन Z का टाइम है, एंड जनरेशन Z always want to be like, उनको ना वो फैक्टर चाहिए होता है, crazy factor,
Right.
right? The job they want to do is also, they want it to be crazy, a cool kind of, not, they don't want to sit around and just to be that keyboard rats,
Right.
right? They want this kind of job, like which can give them an adrenaline rush, like
Right.
I think event management is one of it, right?
Right.
And I
True.
think it is a great choice to be in for a generation Z student, I would say. So what do you want to give advice to a student like that? What thing, one thing they should adapt and learn from this moment on? If they are not student right now, they want to be a student also. What one thing they should adapt if they want to get into event industry?
Okay, very interesting question. So I would say, obviously, we should respect the emotion Gen Z's carries. Okay. Now they are someone who is very intelligent. They don't want it to get into something which actually they don't enjoy with. So in our time, हम जब job करते थे, we had a lot of pressure at that particular point of time, because 10 काम के लिए कोई एक रहता था. तो event management कुछ ऐसा ही है, that a lot of people getting involved to create a big fantabulous event. But now pressure is something which we were able to digest, but Gen Zs wanted to have a quick solution to make that pressure look easy, right? So they wanted to do that. And for me to give one advice to all the newcomers to our industry is to become multitasker. They have to become multitasker. Why? Because a multitasker can actually fit into event management. That's one.
Right.
And second is ownership. What is ownership? Ownership means, let's say I am an event manager. I have been given an assignment to do this event. I am making all curation, planning, formulation, production has started, all vendors are coming on site and they are all working. Being an event manager, first, which I said is multitasking, that I should take care of every aspect of event, like from being the production to मेरे artist book हुए हैं नहीं हुए हैं, whether their stays are booked or not, whether the tech are sorted or not.
Very true.
So all of these needs to be parallelly happening at the same time, so that after certain point of time when we are about to go live, everything is intact and ready, and you are going live, right? So that's very important. And second aspect which I said is that ownership, right? That ownership is something which you have to own every responsibility of that event, being the event manager. अगर वहाँ कुछ गलत होता है, कुछ गलती से कोई टेक फेल होता है, तो
you are the one accountable.
Yes, we are the one who is accountable, and we should be prepared with plan B, plan C to avoid those things.
Right.
Until unless we don't own it, we will not have a plan B or plan C for the same issues, right? We are surrounded with tech. Issue होंगे. एक इवेंट जब हो रहा है वहाँ पे एक टेक फेल हो सकता है, कोई आर्टिस्ट ऑन टाइम अराइव नहीं कर पाता है, लेट्स से कहीं पे हमारा माइक टर्न ऑफ हो जाता है बिकॉज ऑफ अ स्मॉल सिली बैटरी इशू.
Yes.
But as a owner, if I am involved in that full event, then I have a control that okay, these are the problems which could come. So I have plan B. मेरे और एक बैटरी मेरे पास बैकअप है. I have backup generator which is running parallelly, so that अगर मेरा एक जनरेटर फेल होता है तो दूसरा
जनरेटर ऑन होगा,
right? So these are the certain planning which is actually to be done and which is actually to be taken care when we are doing an event. ये सब सीख जाता है कोई ना कोई विथ टाइम. आप लोगों को ये नॉलेज हो ही जाएगा. आप एक इवेंट करोगे, दूसरा इवेंट करोगे, तो ओबियसली वो जो टेक्नोलॉजी पार्ट हो गया, मटेरियल नॉलेज हो गया, वेंडर असेसमेंट हो गए, ये विथ टाइम आपको आ जाएंगे.
Right.
बट ये जो दो प्रॉपर्टी है विच हैज टू बी सेल्फ मेड, आपको खुद ही डेवलप करना पड़ेगा, वो है आपका ओनरशिप और दूसरा है मल्टीटास्किंग. बिकॉज
Right.
ये आप किसी से सीख नहीं सकते. दिस यू नीड टू कैरी विद इन योरसेल्फ.
Okay. Sir, with this question on, like, do you think like new students should get into real environment, like एक proper event environment में उनको रहना चाहिए, मतलब सीखने के लिए चीज़ें, not as a student only, like being a student you only just write theories, right? In normal universities or school उनको तो वैसा ही सीन होता है, like you
Correct.
go and write, learn from your classroom, class boards, and you just write it down and go and just write your exams and get your degree. But in terms of event management, do you think एक student को real environment में जाके वहाँ पे काम सीखना चाहिए, like real professional like you, they should learn from you directly, वहाँ पे on field में रह के काम सीखना चाहिए, so that they will get better understanding about the events, or they should just stick to their basic classroom lectures and just understand by theories? कैसा रहता है, like what is the better form of learning?
Okay, I would say theories are equally important, but practical is something which gives you an actual exposure to what you are actually going to do in your life, right? So theory important है because वो facts, वो figures और वो theories जो important है हमारे event के लिए, that is very important, because until unless you don't have a basic homework, you
Yeah.
cannot get into any field.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to practical thing, obviously, when you actually get exposed to a practical environment, let's say an event,
Yeah.
you get a lot of things which actually you could visualize better than what you have learnt in theory.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, let's say for an event, when we say that हमको 10,000 लोगों को एक जगह पे बैठाना है, and it's an outdoor venue. So when we say our client gives a brief कि 10,000 लोग बैठने हैं, and आप 10,000 लोग शुड बी एबल टू सी द स्टेज क्लियरली. सो हमारे स्टेज पे एक एलईडी है, दैट एलईडी हैज़ टू रन सम कंटेंट, तो 10,000 लोगों को वो एलईडी दिखना चाहिए. नाउ दैट्स अ काइंड ऑफ ब्रीफ व्हाट वी रिसीव फ्रॉम आवर क्लाइंट.
Yes.
बट एज ए इवेंट मैनेजर, व्हेन वी एक्चुअली गो टू द ग्राउंड, वी सी दैट द ग्राउंड इज having a potential of not more than 5,000 people, assume KJ, but client wanted 10,000 people to go. So at that time we have a restriction of accommodating another 5,000 people because ground में जगह नहीं. So that time we start looking after, मतलब taking care of the feasibility of the ground, कि कितने लोग एक्चुअली बैठ सकते हैं, मेरे एलईडी में स्क्रीन में कितने लोग देख सकते हैं, और अगर ज़रूरत पड़ रहा है तो मैं 5,000 लोगों को और कैसे एकोमोडेट कर सकता हूँ. सो शैल वी टेक दिस venue or shall we change the venue to some other venue which can accommodate 10,000 people? Because by looking at any ground, you cannot say that it can fit 10,000 people. There is a mathematics to it. That mathematics you will learn from your theory.
Yeah.
But when it comes to practical, you go to the ground, you take the measurement, then you get to know कि अच्छा इसमें 10,000 नहीं आने वाले, इसमें 5,000 आने वाले. इसका मतलब ग्राउंड मेरा फिट नहीं है, मेरे को I have to go to a alternative ground. Yeah. Which can fit 10,000 people. So ये practical exposure आप में है जब हम event कर रहे हैं, तो आप एक basic exposure आपको मिलता है, better understanding मिलता है आप जो कर रहे हैं, और उससे ही आप better develop कर सकते हैं.
Right.
But theories are equally important.
Okay. Sir, from this I want to ask, from your experience, please tell me, students who have early event experience, they mix up with the environment. Do they have advantage over other people who are not practically involved in this event system?
Definitely, obviously, because someone who is exposed early will have a better understanding, better experience than someone who is exposed later. For example, let's say someone who is exposed to a protocol event, he would definitely know all protocols which is being followed in a protocol event. So when next time he takes up any protocol event, he doesn't have to do it from ground zero. He knows the protocol which needs to be followed when a person like your honorable chief minister or a prime minister is visiting for an event, right?
Yeah.
So second time he's aware, he's known that okay, these are the protocol which is mandatory now. Or CM lounge or a prime minister lounge has to be built because, and it has to have an attached toilet, it has to have a basic hygiene, it has to have a basic pantry services, the red carpet where the honorable dignitaries has to walk.
Yeah.
Okay, the dice planning, how they will sit, who all are the people who can sit next to them. So these are the certain protocols which he will be exposed early, and obviously will have an advantage for the next event.
Okay.
And someone who gets late exposure will have to learn it from ground zero. He can simultaneously develop
Okay.
accordingly.
So how much do you think event education is important? Like एक इंसान जो इवेंट पर्टिकुलरली पढ़ के आया है, एक मतलब एक प्रॉपर कोर्स कंप्लीट करके आया है, एंड अ पर्सन हु इज़ नॉट, मतलब उसको आइडिया नहीं है अबाउट इवेंट एजुकेशन, इज जस्ट रॉ इन द फील्ड, वो डायरेक्ट आया बस काम करने के लिए, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस यू आर गोना सी बिटवीन दोज टू पीपल?
अच्छा, सो लेट मी बी वेरी क्लियर. हम इवेंट को एक इंडस्ट्री नहीं सोच के, हम इवेंट को अपना ज़िंदगी अगर कंपेयर करें, अपनी ज़िंदगी डेली जो दिनचर्या हमारी होती है
जी.
सो वी आर सराउंडेड विथ लॉट ऑफ इवेंट्स. व्हेन वी ईट ऑल्सो इट्स एन इवेंट, राइट? एनी ऑकरेंस विच हैपेंस इज अ इवेंट, राइट? सो अगर हम एक अच्छे इवेंट मैनेजर पर्सनल लाइफ में भी हैं, देन ऑब्वियसली इट कैन हेल्प अस बिल्डिंग अ गुड पर्सनल लाइफ एज वेल, राइट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल इट्स मैं अपना ही एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ. जब मेरी शादी फाइनल हुई, मुझे शादी करना है, सो बीइंग एन इवेंट मैनेजर आई हैड एन एडवांटेज बिकॉज आई नो एवरीवन who is actually involved in the beautification of a wedding, right? So I have my catering people who are known to me. I have decorators who's known to me, familiar with me in terms of the photographers, the documentation people, pre-wedding photo shoot. Aap jo bolo, because we are exposed to that world early.
Yeah.
Very early, we are already a part of that industry. So for me to design my wedding was just a cup of coffee. It's just a matter of I think 1 hour or 2 hours is what I have made the entire checklist of my wedding. I have distributed it to the respective vendors. They have come, they have done the whole setup. I didn't have to involve my entire family and even my personal space at the same time.
Yeah.
My entire time was there dedicated to take care of my guests who are arriving at my venue, rather पुटिंग माई थॉट्स कि कौन आया, कोई खा रहा है नहीं खा रहा है, उस समय हमारे डेकोरेशन का लाइट्स ऑन हुए हैं नहीं हुए हैं, बिकॉज आई हैड दैट एक्सपीरियंस. आई एम बिलोंगिंग फ्रॉम दैट इंडस्ट्री, राइट? एंड समवन हु डजंट हैव दैट थिंग विल ऑलवेज हैज टू गो थ्रू दीज प्रॉब्लम्स, बिकॉज आप किस पे ट्रस्ट करो, किस पे नहीं करो. आप अपनी शादी में खुद ही डेकोरेशन के साथ बैठ के बार्गेनिंग कर रहे हो, आप खुद ही देख रहे हो. सो ऑल ऑफ दीज, सो इवन योर पर्सनल लाइफ विल बी डेकोरेटेड इफ़ यू आर एन इवेंट मैनेजर, बिकॉज आप अपने खुद के इवेंट्स को बेटर प्लान कर सकते हैं. आप अपने घर में जो भी फंक्शंस हैं, जो भी हैं, वो आप बेटर प्लान कर सकते हैं देन समवन हु इज़ नॉट नोन और एक्सपोज टू दिस इंडस्ट्री. सो इवेंट इज not, I would say, in industry, it is a basic need. Every person has to learn to manage their own personal events.
Okay. Sir, but the whole idea of the question I had, like, think of two people. Okay. दो स्टूडेंट्स लेते हैं, स्टूडेंट्स नहीं, दो नॉर्मल लोग लेते हैं. एक है जो इवेंट पढ़ रहा है, राइट, प्रॉपर इवेंट मैनेजमेंट कोर्स कर रहा है,
करेक्ट.
और दूसरा है जो कि इवेंट नहीं पढ़ा है, doesn't know about event studies, but वो just want to do job in event management, मतलब इवेंट इंडस्ट्री में काम करना चाहते हैं. We take both of them, उनको simultaneously काम में लगाते हैं.
Okay.
What is the difference you want to see?
What is the difference? Okay, so you wanted to say in terms of having a technical knowledge of event management.
Exactly.
So अगर technical knowledge आपने लिया हुआ है, आपने event management एक अच्छे institute से पढ़ा हुआ है, and you are qualified enough, then for you to work on site when you are at an event, it will be easy, because there are a lot of things which you are already aware, because आपके courses, आपके curriculum में वो cover कर चुके हैं, cover किए हुए हैं, आपको पढ़ाए हुए हैं, तो वो सारी चीज़ें आपको बहुत help करती है. For example, let's say when I say curate an event to come to an experience where everyone should go back with a good experience, like you curate an event to that extent that someone who is attending an event should go back with a good experience, right? Now in this case, you know how to curate an event because you have been taught.
Yes.
You have been given an exposure. You have been a part of field visits which has been conducted by your institute. So you already had an advantage when you are working for any event, or you are working as an event manager with any company per se, or your own company. You already had an advantage. But someone who is not technically qualified, or I would say not technically educated, have not learned these things, will have to go through a lot of problems because he has to learn on site. His growth also will be very limited, because at the same time someone who is qualified, who is trained, will definitely perform better than someone who is not trained,
Right.
So it makes a difference. So when you are actually preferring this as a career, you should get a skilled training from a skilled institute, so that you can perform outrightly and build a career without any difficulty, right? So that's very important.
Sir, do you think like skill training is very important in this particular field? Like,
Yes, obviously, because anything, let's say, if I say, हम एक रिक्शा पुलर की एग्जांपल देंगे. अगर एक रिक्शा पुलर स्किल्ड नहीं है, तो इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर हिम टू climb a road which is actually at the elevation, right? Until unless you don't have the skill set, आप उसको चढ़ नहीं सकते. You will give up, right? If you are skilled, you know कि what speed, what weight I should carry to climb that elevation, right? So skilled is very important. So without skill, you will do the work just to finish it, right? If you have a skill, you will finish the work in a very smart way and to get the best output out of it. So that's very important.
what idea I have about this is like if you are skilled enough, तो तुम एक इंसान जो 20 साल लेगा वो चीज़ों को समझने के लिए, if you are learning from an institute and if you are getting that event education, you can get it in 1 year.
Yeah, definitely,
Right?
obviously.
Like तुम जब चीज़ बिना पढ़े बिना समझे जब तुम चीज़ें सीखते हो तो इट टेक्स टाइम. तुम धीरे 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 यू लेवल अप स्लोली, राइट? फर्स्ट यू नो द बेसिक्स, देन यू अंडरस्टैंड कि मतलब ये चीज़ सेटअप कैसे होगा, देन यू गेट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि अगर ये सेटअप हो रहा है तो मतलब लोगों के लिए इंटरेस्टिंग कैसे बनाया जाए,
कब कौन सा चीज होना चाहिए,
right.
वो भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट.
It goes step by step by step by step, and it just pile up and it gets 10 to 20 years.
Correct.
But a person who is in this education, matlab, who is getting proper education in this, I guess they get understand through their theories first. उनको पता चल गया है कि ये चीज़ होता है, ये होता है वेंडर मैनेजमेंट, ये होता है हमारा मेजरमेंट कैसे लेते हैं, क्या होता है गेस्ट को कैसे अलाइन करना होता है, इवेंट सेटअप कैसे क्रिएट करते हैं, स्टेज कहाँ लगता है, एलईडी कैसे लगता है, कौन सा ट्रस होता है, क्या होता है, सब कुछ उनको पता होता है पहले थ्योरी से.
करेक्ट.
देन दे गो टू द फील्ड.
करेक्ट.
दे एक्सपीरियंस द होल थिंग.
राइट.
खुद एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं, खुद जानते हैं, खुद इवेंट मैनेज करते हैं, एंड दे गेट टू अंडरस्टैंड इट बिकॉज दे हैव लर्नड इट इन देयर क्लास. राइट. सो दिस होल आइडिया ऑफ एजुकेशन इज क्वाइट इंटरेस्टिंग. एंड अभी के टाइम पे आई वुड से इवेंट मैनेजमेंट इज अ काइंड ऑफ इंडस्ट्री which is very practical in nature.
Right.
तुम वो हसल है, मतलब वो दिखता है वो हसल. It's not like you're just going sitting around and doing your job on your keyboards and you're just bored. नहीं. It's a 24-hour job.
24-hour job.
Right? Like आप
You have to be always ready for taking up any challenges. It's a very challenging environment.
It's a very challenging, and I think Generation Z is very much challenging generation. They love challenges. They're lazy enough, but I would say कि if you want to do a job done, you should hire a lazy person.
They need to be channelized.
Yes.
Basically, you use their energy, channelize them, then you get your results.
Yes. It's just like that. If you want to have work done, you hire a lazy person because he will find a better way, so that कि वो एक better way आपको ढूंढ के देगा जो कि एक मैकेनिकल चीज को टाइम लगेगा कि अरे हमको ये चीज है ऐसे ऐसे सेटअप करना है. But he or she will always have a solution with them.
Right.
ये चीज को हम ये वे में करेंगे तो इतना कम टाइम में ये चीज ऑपरेटिव होगा एंड अच्छा होगा.
Right.
More better. So I'd say Generation Z should be taught.
They should
in that way.
Like if they know a skill, obviously they will perform better.
They will be skilled. उनके पास आइडिया होगा and they will be much faster.
Much faster. And they can actually create differences because they are smart, as you said. They can find a different way altogether, which हमने कभी कभी सोचा भी नहीं होगा. We wouldn't have explored it, but वो उसको निकाल सकते हैं. They have the better solutions for.
And अभी के डेट में AI integration is very much helpful actually. I would say people are saying कि AI जॉब खा जा रहा है, AI जॉब ये ले रहा है. I would say एक इवेंट मैनेजर का जॉब खा के दिखाओ.
नहीं, AI actually is helping event managers to actually come up with something. I would say जब टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं था, AI नहीं था, तब हम लोगों को हर चीज़ मैनुअली करना पड़ता था. but with technology integration there are a lot of things which actually has created automated. Now it's automated. We don't have to for say let's say when we say एक वीडियो बनाना है,
right,
तो पहले हमारे एडिटर को पहले कॉन्सेप्ट सोचो, उसका कौन कौन से फुटेजेस यूज करने हैं, क्या म्यूजिक डालना है, व्हाट टोनलिटी यू वांटेड टू सेट, एंड देन मिक्स टुगेदर. वंस ही क्रिएटेड दैट वीडियो इट टेक्स एटलीस्ट 8 days ऑफ टाइम.
yes,
एक पूरा दिन या 2 दिन भी लग जाते थे. वही अभी एआई में आप यू गिव योर कमांड, यू सेट द मूड, यू गिव योर फुटेजेस, इट कम्स आउट विद अ बेटर वीडियो देन योर ओन एडिटर. So that's how it has, the things are changing very rapidly and we should adapt it.
I would love to say that currently in our institution in GIM, we have integrated AI in our subjects, like in our course. Like students have their mandatory classes regarding AI, how they can integrate AI in this field, like what kind of commands they should give, which are the places they can use AI particularly, and that is the thing I think we are a step ahead of other institutions currently.
It is required because you have to be ahead of time,
Yes,
or else you will not stand out separately. You will become a part of that mass. So if you have to be ahead of time, you have to learn your skills, you have to accept that, you have to adapt basis the demand of the market.
Yes.
So now the demand is you have to carry AI along with you, you have to take driven, you have to be I would say the most advanced event manager needs to be built with time, because event manager is something which is actually you need to be very smart or else you will not be able to manage a lot of things.
smart and fast, I would say.
Fast,
Like
yes.
if the industry going in a fast
Yes.
pace, we need to be faster
Yes.
so that we reach way ahead, and once the industry comes up there, we are already prepared.
Right.
हम already prepared हैं कि अभी अगर industry is throwing this challenge on us,
Correct.
we are ready for it.
And we are full of challenges because every client has a different brief. हर एक को नया कुछ चाहिए. एक क्लाइंट बोलता है जो हो चुका है उससे कुछ नया कर सकते हैं क्या, तो उसका आंसर हमारे पास
रेडी है.
तो हमारे पास अगर सोल्यूशन है, हमारे पास वो प्रूवन स्किल्स है, हमारे पास वो स्किल्ड मैन पावर है, तो हम पीछे नहीं हटेंगे, हम कोई भी चैलेंजेस को ओवरथ्रो करेंगे.
Sir, I have a question for you. Like you have interacted with GIM students a lot. Like you have taken their guest classes. They have worked with you on various events, various kind of events.
Right.
So do you think they are properly aligned with what industry exactly demands?
Yes, definitely, because the curriculum which I have actually taken few classes, but I have seen the curriculum which is designed. It is up to the best which I could say. मतलब कंसिडरिंग द फैक्ट कि इवेंट में बहुत सारे चेंजेस हो चुके हैं हमारे द वे वी यूज्ड टू वर्क बिफोर 2020 and after post COVID, there are a lot of things which has changed, but all of those are already being updated in the curriculum. So a lot of things, even I would say GIM students are well caliber to handle any hybrid events also, because that has been taught to them. And they know the utility of AI, they know what is VR, how we can curate different experiences through AR and VR. So a lot of things which is they are updated. I would say कि they are ready for market now. And I would say कि अगर वो लोग कहीं भी जा रहे हैं, कहीं भी join कर रहे हैं, they are definitely be promising ones. And I would insist कि और भी ऐसे student event को as a career choose करें, टेक्निकली साउंड हो, एक पर्टिकुलर इंस्टीट्यूट से टेक्निकली वो स्किल को सीखे, और वो करियर में परस्यू करे, बिकॉज दिस इज समथिंग विच इज वेरी मच नीडेड इन आवर इंडस्ट्री, बिकॉज देयर इज अ ह्यूज गैप ऑफ मैन पावर. सो वी हैव वेरी लेस स्किल्ड पीपल बिकॉज दिस वॉज नॉट रिकॉग्नाइज्ड वेरी अर्ली. बहुत लेट में हमको रिकॉग्नाइजेशन मिला इवेंट मैनेजमेंट को, तो बहुत लोगों ने पहले से इस पर करियर नहीं बनाया है. तो अभी टाइम है कि हमारे पास वो स्किल्ड मैन पावर की ज़रूरत है, हमारे पास बहुत बड़ा मैन पावर का रिक्वायरमेंट है.
राइट.
आप अगर भुवनेश्वर को ही देखेंगे तो इट हैज़ मोर देन 500 इवेंट मैनेजमेंट कंपनीज. सो इमेजिन करिए अगर हर एक ऑफिस में 10 लोगों की भी ज़रूरत है, तो हर एक ऑफिस में मिनिमम 4 से 5 वैकेंसीज होंगी अभी.
राइट.
अगर हम मिक्स टुगेदर भी करें तो देर आर थाउजेंड ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज विच इज़ देयर ऑलरेडी इन द मार्केट, बट हमारे पास उतने स्किल मैन पावर है ही नहीं. तो स्किल और मैन पावर ये दोनों के दोनों GIM में हैं. तो अगर कोई आना चाहता है, पढ़ना चाहता है, स्किल्ड होके ज्वाइन करना चाहता है, so it's a good platform. Everyone should use it.
I would love to say there are institutes right now who have their courses which are written beyond, like before iPhone even came, right? But we have our course very culminative currently.
Correct.
We're too much practically interactive, while our theories are they're on basis of current trends. Not like, obviously theory and that particularly traditional way is important, but if you are not updated enough, you cannot teach your student what is going to come next.
Correct.
Right? Which has been gone, but which is coming, it is very important.
Correct. You need to be updated. Because जो प्रॉब्लम्स आपको पढ़ाए जा रहे हैं वो प्रॉब्लम शायद सॉल्व हो चुके हैं.
Exactly.
अब आपके पास उसकी एजुकेशन होनी चाहिए जो प्रॉब्लम आने वाली है.
Right.
So अगर आप उसके लिए प्रिपेयर्ड नहीं हैं तो वो प्रॉब्लम जब आएंगे तो यू आर हेल्पलेस.
Right.
So
exactly.
That is very much important. You should be updated.
So what do you exactly think? How GIM students stand out?
They are definitely going to stand out separately and very uniquely. I would say wherever they go, they will make differences because the way they have been trained. And I would say, I think GIM is the only institute who is actually given the maximum field exposure. So हमारे जितने भी स्टूडेंट हैं, जितने जिनसे भी हम लोगों ने interact किया है, all of them have been very much exposed to field exposure. They have been deployed in multiple work for large scale events. They have been a part of small corporate events. They have been a part of social events. Now the kind of exposure they have received, they will outperform. They are ready. I would say they are ready for any challenges which is being thrown to them, and they will definitely outperform, I would say, and they are prepared.
I would love to say that companies are still waiting for a student to just get pass out from this institute so they can directly join.
Definitely. We are
I would also say that actually some of them are also working currently while studying.
Right.
They've been employed.
So that is what, because our industry is something which we are not actually have to complete our courses, because our field is our courses, right? Our theories are hardly making any difference, but it's important.
Yes.
But your field exposure is very important, and practical internships, getting into events, executing it on site actually makes a difference. So they need to be deployed, and that's how they will learn better, and they are early exposed to the industries also now. So they will learn things very early, and they can start perform well with time.
Thank you so much, sir. I would love to say that our audiences must have understood what exactly this event studies basically is and how important it is. Like I would say that कि बहुत जगह पे employment fill है, पर लोग वहाँ पे ही enter करना चाहते हैं.
Correct.
But this field, particularly event industry, it's a large growing industry with, I would say कि in terms of money also, it's growing very high, and इसमें लोग बहुत कम है. Like skilled people are very less, and I would say to the students who want to pursue something very interesting, they should go for event management.
Right. So I would say I would like to end with one small example. You would know bioscope. So bioscope एक हम लोग ऐसे पहनते हैं. So every time we change, one screen changes, right? So event industry is like that. Your every screen is going to be unique. Your every event is going to be unique. Your every curation is going to be different. How exactly it is possible? Because you are an event manager. Because right from a protocol event to a celebrity event, you are exposed to something which is not at all possible for a normal public. You are a part of a protocol event where your honorable prime minister is walking in front of you from the event to an event, which is your Sonu Nigam is standing and singing right next to you, is something which gives you goosebump, right? And that is only possible with this industry. And a lot of exposure, a lot of knowledge, a lot of contacts, a lot of money, as you said. This is full of excitement, and this would be definitely the best career option in coming days. And at present also, there are a lot of people who are working in this industry. I would love to invite all other students who wants to build a career very differently, very challenging environment they want some career which gives them kicks every day. Now this is the industry. You are welcome. You should build your career here.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a very nice talk with you.
Same.
And we would love to have more guest lectures from your side for our students
Definitely.
for the coming session.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, sir.